Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. 20 years ago today, the beloved CBS sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond dethroned Friends to win Outstanding Comedy Series at the Emmy Awards. I spoke to actor Brad Garrett when he played MGM National Harbor near Washington, D.C. in 2017, sharing memories of the role that won him 3 Emmys in a hilarious cast of Ray Romano, Patricia Heaton, Doris Roberts, and Peter Boyle, not to mention his angry auto mechanic in Seinfeld. Mr. Garrett!
Jason, what's up?
Hey, how are you, man?
I'm good. You?
We're great down here in Washington, D.C. We're going to be even better when you come swing down here at MGM National Harbor. I hear you're sharing the stage with Rita Rudner. How cool has that been, touring with her?
Oh, she's awesome. She's an old buddy, and we did this about 3 years ago last time, and we were talking, and we're like, let's do it again, and she's a blast.
That's awesome. What sort of topics do you guys delve into? Do you do political stuff when you swing through DC, or is it what else we talk about?
I'm really I don't do a lot of political. I'm not a fan of the administration, so I do kind of get into that a little bit. My act's a little raunchy, so people have to know it's not. They're not going to see Robert from Raymond, but I get into a lot of stuff, a lot of midlife stuff. I do a lot of audience stuff because I'm an improv guy by nature, so I do a lot of that, and I just I talk about things that people just like to think about. I got no filter, my brother. I got no filter.
We can tell already. Oh, I love it. No, it's so great. That's so great. We can't wait to see you. And a lot of our listeners who know you from the TV shows, they might not remember that. I believe you got an early break in stand-up with Star Search and The Tonight Show. Memories of those early days.
Oh yeah. It was back in 1984, before you were born.
I was born that year. Oh, today actually is my birthday.
Today's your birthday?
October 16th, 84.
Brother, my son's birthday is the 14th.
Well, there you go. Awesome.
Well, go.
Yeah, memories of that back in those days in 84 as a stand-up.
Well, I got to tell you, before I auditioned and got on Star Search, I was, a year before, I was waitering at TGI Fridays, out in L.A. So, I was pretty new, and, I can barely look at that set today without wanting to put my head in the oven. But it was a great time, and it was, the first year Star Search was on, and it was kind of a cool thing. And, I got lucky. I went up against some very funny guys, and, what can I tell you? I did some hacky impressions, and the country went for it.
How much did you? How cool was it to be on with Johnny Carson too? Because he really put you in the next stratosphere.
Yeah, he really, really did, and it's just very odd to stand on the other side of that curtain you grew up watching, and I guess that explains the dry heaves. But it was really, it was wonderful, and he was the king, and just to get that opportunity, I was like 24, and it was great. I've worked hard, but I've been lucky, and I'm very grateful, and the MGM has been amazing to me. I have my own comedy club that they let me build here in Vegas at the MGM. I haven't been at the one out in D.C., but I hear it's great, and I'm looking forward to that, and it's been a long road, but hey, I'm loving it.
Yeah, keep it going, man. A lot of road left too. We hear you're also guest star. So. Yeah, no, you got it. You'll be guest starring on CBS's show Bull on Tuesday night. What remind us what the show's about in case our listeners haven't seen it, and what role will you be guesting as?
I'll be playing Michael Weatherly's wife, Kimberly, and no, Bull is hold on.
I think you can pull that off. I think you can pull it off.
There you go. If you haven't seen me in heels, I got to tell you, I'm like 9 feet. Bull is a wonderful show. It stars Michael Weatherly from NCIS, and he plays an expert in human behavior, a psychologist who is actually able to look at a jury as a whole and actually determine how a case is going to progress or not progress, depending on the dynamic of the human, the human capabilities of the people in the jury. It's really, really very interesting. It was taken up of Dr. Phil's earlier life, who this is exactly what he did. And, if you know Dr. Phil, him and Michael Weatherly, I mean, it's a dead ringer.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are exactly the same. So what happens in this episode is Bull is being sued for the first time. The tables have been turned by a very high-profile celebrity, and he needs to hire a defense attorney. And he comes looking for me, who was I was one of his mentors early on when he was starting out in law school, and he finds me, in the back of a deli in the streets of New York, which
Right.
is now my office, the delicatessen. And we're very, very different type of dynamic of how we deal with people. And I play kind of an eccentric guy who's, again, no filter, and who kind of shoots from the hip, and is really the only one who's ever been able to control Bull in a courtroom. So, we butt heads a little bit, but it was a really fun gig for me, man, when they called me to do this. And I think we had a fun chemistry out there. We were very different characters. They wrote a great character for me, and I think it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun scenes.
That's great. Yeah, no, and I really do. I love seeing that, you're doing Bull, and then to see Ray Romano in The Big Sick, he was hilarious in that. Like, I love seeing you guys. Yeah, you saw it?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Why didn't you go see my movie?
And you go, this guy can't walk and talk, and then you see him in film, and you go, this guy's unbelievable.
You're still
I'm so happy for him, man.
You're still picking on him. No, it's so funny that you guys, we believed you guys in Everybody Loves Raymond. We believed you guys as the bickering brothers. Like, why do you think the chemistry works so well with you guys?
It's funny. The writing was amazing, and that's really the key. Especially in a sitcom. I mean, yeah, we were. To get Peter and Doris and have a cast like that. I mean, that had a lot to do with it. But it was great writing, and the writers wrote. They were all brothers and sisters and husbands and wives, and they all wrote from that dynamic. And Ray has two brothers. I have two brothers. And I think we just brought a lot of that dynamic, to the show. But we still hang out. We still bust each other's balls. We took the wives. We went on a little vacation in New Orleans, and I love hanging with Ray because we're very different, and he's so funny, and we love food and we love poker. So the boys went shopping, and we were in the bowels of a casino in New Orleans. I can't tell you how wonderful that was. And, he was like,
I don't know if I should eat the shellfish because of Katrina.
And I'm like, Ray, just eat the friggin' oyster and let's please. And,
What do you think? I smell propane. Why do I smell propane?
Ray, we're at an airport. I don't know what to tell you. Just get cozy on your bag of money. Just sleep in the corner. When you're jetting. But we do have a lot of fun.
No,
we miss those days, but we're grateful for them.
Yeah, no, it's so great that you guys stay in touch. Do you stay in touch with Patricia? Like, she's been doing The Middle, and man, I think she's one of the unsung heroes of that show too. Why was she so such a great, gifted comic actress in that show? She was great.
She is a brilliant actor, and what was great about Patty's choices as an actor is she was one of the first comedic wives on TV that refused to play the victim. And from an actor's perspective, it was really a brilliant choice because, she's surrounded on the show by this daily circus that just, plops in her house. And she could have played it like that ho-hum, put-upon wife.
Right.
And she just was always swinging for the fences and strong, but you cared about, she's just incredibly gifted. She's just a really, really good actor. And it was just a great dynamic because, between my character and Ray's character, her choice to be, really the alpha in the show, because, Marie was the alpha in the show too, but she was passive-aggressive about it.
Yeah.
Where Patty was just in your face with it.
Yeah.
And she was, we were lucky, man. Everyone brought something different to it. And, again, I got to just give it up to the writers because it's, I don't know how they every week write a play for 211 episodes that just hum.
Yeah, it's an all-timer sitcom, man. But final question on Raymond.
Hey.
I got to hear about Peter Boyle and Doris Roberts. I mean, I'm sure you missed the hell out of them. We all miss watching them, but B, just now that that it's a couple years since they passed, just looking back and just how grateful you are to work with them.
Well, that was the thing. It was Ray and I, who were pretty. I had done a few failed shows and a couple guest spots by the time Raymond came around. Ray was pretty much brand new. And, we were sitting around and Ray's like, man, I can't believe Peter Boyle was playing our dad, And I was like, this is incredible. And he goes, it's perfect casting because he was young Frankenstein and you look like Frankenstein. So everyone's going to think, we're really a family.
You're putting on the Ritz.
I'm putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
But, that's what it was. I mean, he was legendary. He came from film. Doris came from TV, and she was huge on Broadway, and Patty, came, and me and Ray were stand-ups. So it's like, we were nervous and worried, but it was like going to school every day because you watch Peter, you watch Doris, and Ray's growth as an actor. I mean, if you go back to Vinyl, which I thought he was a genius in, to The Big Sick, it's just remarkable to see his range and his ability. He's always been able to play that humanity card, which is a tough thing to play, especially for a stand-up, because we're always, we're so used to hiding. But he's always been wonderful. He just, especially in The Big Sick. I mean, I'm sitting there in the movie, I'm going, my boy he's arrived, and
right.
It's exciting. It's exciting. But we learned a lot from Peter and Doris. And, we would just sit back and watch them in a scene and go, oh, how lucky are we that we're part of this circus.
Absolutely. You'll never find that cast of characters again. I mean, just you guys were all just it was
I know it's over.
Yeah.
I know it's over. You can tell me. I know it's over.
No, man, you got a long road.
It's over.
Oh, awesome. No, we can't wait to see you at MGM. But final seconds before I cut you loose. But the bottle deposit of Seinfeld, the car salesman. I'll never forget you. and I also think you tried to kill Will Smith in a Fresh Prince episode. You had a couple little.
Oh my God!
Oh, we're taking it back. We're taking it back.
Baby, you are taking it back.
No,
wow.
But memories of working with Will and Jerry and Julia Louis, all those guys.
Well, look, it's funny. I got that Seinfeld gig just before I got the pilot. To Raymond. And, I went in, I auditioned for Larry David and Jerry, and, I was a wreck because, these are icons. And we knew at that time it was the greatest sitcom ever and will always be.
Yep.
There's nothing will match that.
Agreed.
And I loved it. Coming up in stand-up, we would look at, we'd go watch Jerry, and you want to go put your head in the oven after you see him work. And he was like that at 21. I mean, he's always brilliant. So, but that was fun. I mean, we had trouble getting through some of the things with Tony about him. You're not taking care of your car. Those scenes, he would try not to laugh, and I would try not to laugh. And we had a blast. But it's funny how many people bring up the bottle deposit episode. But it was great. I'm really grateful. Sometimes I got to pinch myself. I've been very lucky, and don't get better than Jerry. Don't get funnier than Larry David. It just doesn't.
Yeah. Well, we're glad that all these years later, we're glad you didn't put your head in that TGIF oven, because then we wouldn't be able to see you at MGM National Harbor. Brad Garrett, you are the man. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I thank you for your time, and we'll see you in D.C.
Yeah, we'll see you out there at MGM.
Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.
Yep. See you.
Thanks so much for joining us on Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Remember to hit the subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time.